Hello everybody, I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. I am back with Marvel Strike Force, and what we're going to be doing today is teaching you the very first thing you're going to want to do in Marvel Strike Force. There's definitely something you need to focus on first, and I went and I asked a bunch of my buddies who've been playing the game a long time, got a bunch of their advice, distilled it down into one solid, easily attainable goal. I'm going to point you in the right direction. So please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel for daily mobile game related content from yours truly, and let's get into today's video. If you've just joined Marvel Strike Force or are fairly new but you don't really know what the first thing is you're supposed to focus on, that's the point of today's video. Here, I'm going to walk you through it really easily. So there's events in this game, okay? And the events come and go sort of like any game, but a lot of them are repeatable events for legendary characters. In this game in particular, what really you focus on is building teams that unlock the major character. For instance, Iron Man legendary event as well as Invisible Woman legendary event are both available. The Iron Man one is not that great of a character, but I unlocked him at 3 stars. Whereas the Invisible Woman, I'm not able to unlock because I don't have her team yet. But if I was to unlock her, she's like a top 10 character. She needs Sinister 6 characters at 2 stars to get her 2-star, 3-star, 3-star, etc. And you can see here in order to unlock her, you actually have to get her 5 stars. So you would need 310 shards for that. Meaning you would have to build a whole team of Sinister 6, 5 of them at 5 stars to unlock her. That's how the events work when it comes to legendary characters. And we really want to focus on the legendary characters first in the game because they're the strongest characters. And why is it important that we're going to focus on the strongest characters? Well, in this game, if you don't want to spend a ton of money all the time, you're going to need a way to continually bring resources to your account. And how do you get free resources if you're not spending money? That's why we need good characters, and that's what we're going to focus on. Because if you look here in the arena, I'm ranked 210 right now. That's not high ranking, but if you look at the top rankings of these guys here, you're going to notice that their account is stacked with good characters. Like there's Yo-Yo in the background here. This is Negasonic, the new character. Most of these guys are going to do their very best early on to build either a synergistic team or a team stacked full of legendary characters when they come available. And believe you me, some of these people are spending money. So this guy here is building the Guardians of the Galaxies, for instance. And what that means is when an event rolls around, a lot of people in your arena shard, and if you don't know what an arena shard is, it is the grouping of people you're playing PvP against, and those grouping of people are decided based upon when you started the game. So if you started the game today, you're going to be playing with people roughly that started around roughly the same time. You'll be competing with those people, meaning when these legendary events come back around, those people in your shard may pick up that character, and it may mean it will be harder for you in PvP. Well, in that case, we're probably going to make sure we get the legendary characters too. Now, right now, if you're joining, there is a perfect time to focus on the correct character, and that's what I'm going to be explaining. But the last thing I need to explain to you is how much you get paid out if you're able to get to the top ranks, because this is really what we need to focus on first, is getting to the top ranks. So if you look here and you go to rewards, every single day, if you're able to make it to rank 1, you're getting 500 power cores. Whereas me, all the way down to rank 100 to 250, I'm only getting 100. You can get 5 times more every single day. And if you want to know how valuable 500 cores are, you can go to the supplies, go to the power cores, and see it's $10 for 750, $100 for 8,630. So if you take 30 days in the month, you're getting almost $200 for free in currency every month if you're getting that ranked payout. So we need to make sure we're getting the legendary characters or a strong PvP team. Now, this is where we get to, okay, which legendary characters do we need to focus on? Obviously, right now, if you're joining the game, you're probably not going to be able to get either Iron Man or Invisible Woman unless you're just wailing out really hard because the events are already here. It's a little late at the moment. But there is an event that's not here that will be coming up in a few months, and by then you'll have enough time to farm these characters even free to play if you don't want to spend money. What characters, okay? The characters are the Guardians of the Galaxy. If you look here, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Drax, Mantis, Gamora will unlock the character underneath me here, Star-Lord. If you try to find him, he shows up in an event, and the event's not here right now, but it will be coming back, and it's about a 3-month rotation from what I'm hearing. So that means if you start now, you focus and you build Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Drax, Mantis, and Gamora, and you find these characters. You can either get them by purchasing them, you can farm them through the different stores. These are like Blitz supplies, which you can go and you can open Blitz orbs or even milestones for doing achievements. You can get them without having to spend money. There's also the options just to straight up well if you want to, of course, but that's not what we're talking about for the purposes of this. And some of these characters are easier to find than others. So if you look here, same deal, flat well, or you can get her in the Blitz supplies and get her as a Blitz character. Then if you go back here, now look at this one, for instance, Groot. Now Groot, you can actually farm. So what I could do is I could go in here, spin power cores, spin some energy, refresh it, and farm some shards of him that way, you see? And I got unlucky, of course, but you could farm some shards. Let's try again if we can actually get it here. Pow, there we go. And let's do one. See, there's 2 shards of him. And just like that, we got 2 shards of him, and that's it. So that's kind of how you farm these characters. Now, in order to get Star-Lord, you're going to need these characters to be 5-star, meaning it's best to start building this team after the event ends if you haven't started, because you get the most time, which means right now is probably a really good time to build towards the Star-Lord. We're going to need to get Gamora. We're going to need to get Rocket Raccoon, Drax, Mantis, Groot. You need to get all these characters to 5-star in order to unlock him. But if you look why he's so good, he's got a lot of crazy moves here. Look down here. This is his basic attack. Attacks primary target, 90% damage, 30% chance to chain to an adjacent target, and the counteracts break a chain, obviously. Pretty good. You can chain to additional targets as well. You can see all the buffs here depending on how much ability mats you're going to put on them there. His second move here, check this out. This is kind of where it gets cool. Grants a random ability energy to the random adjacent character, but then you also have a chance to apply the blind. And if you upgrade it enough, you can apply a blind to the multiple enemies, and you can also give ability energy to multiple allies. So he's kind of a nut support because you can remove them hitting as well as increase, when your ultimate's going to be, basically. Pretty big fan of that. His third move here is more of just kind of it's a single target, but you charge in with one guy. So if you guys are familiar with Raid Shadow Legends, it's kind of like a Longbeard move. Like you hit the guy, but then you charge in one guy and you can buff it and you get an additional assist from a second person as well. So pretty big fan of that move. And then, of course, we go here onto the last move. If you go all the way down to the maximum, on turn, 30% chance to generate 1 ability energy for an adjacent ally. Again, and you get additional chance here, chance to generate additional ability energy. And the reason you kind of want the ability energies is because the ultimate abilities on your moves are really, really good. Like, for instance, here, like Life Spores, this here heals characters, clears negative effects. Overgrowth applies Death Proof on 3 of the lowest health allies. So if you can continue to spam this over and over again, you got Death Proof on people. I mean, it's a pretty good combo. On top of that, all these guys combo with each other. So even while you're building these characters, you have a good team before you even unlock Star-Lord. To give you an idea, I'm in arena here, right? I'll show you my arena. Now, I have Captain Marvel in here, but I'm going to take Captain Marvel out as well as her, and I'm just going to put in Drax, and I haven't really leveled with my Gamora very much, but I'm going to put in just the full Guardians of the Galaxy team in the PvP here, and this is top 200 rank at the moment. I'll get to the top ranks, but you can only do so many battles a day, and I don't really want to well out too hard. I welled out quite a bit on Exos Heroes, and I'm trying to pull it back a little bit here. But we'll show you this battle. I'll show you exactly how good these characters can be when put together, because they get additional powers. So watch this one. You attack here. Gamora is kind of one of your DPS characters. She's the worst of the 5. I replace her with Captain Marvel, for instance. Now, Rocket Raccoon's basic attack, it just does an AoE. This move is kind of a single target damage, but you can also get Groot to assist. So if you're trying to take down like a tank or something, you're like, hey, I want to shoot this guy, and you get Groot to come in as well. So that's kind of nice. Mantis is really the person that's just going to try to keep everyone alive. She's not going to do a whole lot of damage. She has a stun on her basic, which is pretty nice, but she's kind of utility, and most of your damage is going to come from Rocket Raccoon. Here now we can use Groot because he has tons of support. You can make him where he goes death proof, defense up. It's a really good combo. We're just going to do attack here. Gamora, offense up with the attack. But she's really kind of your damage dealer. Drax is kind of your tank. He can get taunt plus counter and then tank himself up with defense up as well. And they'll kind of attack him. He'll respond back. Mantis is going to constantly, heal you. For instance, here now what we can do, we can either heal additional allies plus the people adjacent, or we can do this move, which is kind of you equalize the health evenly. So some of the other games I've played has had a health equalization, and I'm sure you guys have had that as well. So you can see that there. And if you're trying to build this team, it's one of the best teams, I think, in the beginning to go for. You could also try to go for like the AIM team. I've heard AIM can be not too bad in the beginning for free to play, but if you're going to be playing the game over a period of time, the game really does evolve around trying to get those legendary characters. And the legendary characters come from building full teams. You're going to need to build that full team. So I highly recommend putting this team together here. You can see I'm getting my handed to me, but it is what it is. I haven't built Gamora up, but this team, that's the one you want to build, okay? You're going to build the Guardians of the Galaxy at first. There's another way to go. You don't have to build this team. There's the well strategy right now. If you join the game like today, you could just straight up full on well, get Invisible Woman well out for the Captain Marvel shards. I mean, there's a whole bunch of pack offers you can go. But what I want to show you guys here is the best strategy if you're going to be free to play, because this will get you a good team for the beginning where you can actually get to a somewhat decent rank, building this team, as well as you're going to get a good legendary character in a few months. Keep in mind, it's going to take a little bit of time to farm these characters. It's not like day one you're going to get them, okay? But if you do join the game now, there's a good login with Minerva, is one of the best characters in the game, best healer in the game, and you'll get her through the July login. And you can throw that in to kind of substitute the team until you get your Star-Lord too. Let me know if this helped. This is just for strategy for right now. It comes out. I know some people are starting the game, and I wanted to get something out to help you guys focus on the proper thing. Leave your questions in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. I am learning the game as well with you guys, and I'm going to be giving you the best information I have as I learn it every single day. Please do subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm loving Marvel. I got my official Marvel approval, so I'm part of the Marvel brand now, and I'm excited to be playing the game. So love y'all, and I'll see you on the next video.